morning, sunshines. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on a marbled cake, but we're going to do things a little bit different. So if you're interested, keep watching. As always, before we get into it, if you guys are new, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you're notified when I make my next video. All right, so like I said, we're going to be doing things a little differently. So before we get started, I want to make it clear that I already baked my cakes, and when I was going to freeze them, I actually chopped off the edge. It's not the top or the bottom, but it's the edge. And I'm going to be standing my cake upright like this. And so I just did that with both of my layers. These are 8-inch round layers. So once you cut your cake layers, if you're going to be making this cake, I would recommend freezing it. That way it's super easy to handle and your buttercream will harden much faster. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is put some buttercream on our cake board. That way it acts like a glue when we put the cake layer on top of it. This is my delicious Oreo buttercream, or cookies and cream, and we're just going to spread a good amount between each layer. Alright, and once this is nice and even and level, we're going to place our next cake layer right on top of this. Now this part is very important because we want this straight edge to be as perfect as possible. That way the cake is even when it's standing up. And because my cake layers are frozen, I can handle this with ease. All right, next step is to crumb coat it. And if you're not sure what a crumb coat is, it's basically just a thin layer of buttercream that traps in all of those loose crumbs. Because my cake is frozen, the buttercream is already starting to harden, but I'm gonna because my cake is frozen, because my cake layers were frozen, my buttercream is already starting to harden, but I'm gonna put it in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes just so it firms up a bit more. Now that my buttercream is firm to the touch, I'm gonna actually place this cake on another cake board. That way I can do the reverse side of the cake. So now we're gonna remove this board carefully and crumb coat. Guys, if you're still watching at this point, please comment below where you guys are from. I'm really trying to learn everything about YouTube, and I really want to grow my channel, and I can do that with engagement and building a relationship with all of you guys, and I would love to become your friend. All right, so back in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to marble our buttercream. While that's in the freezer, we're going to color our buttercream, and to do that, we're going to be using AmeriColor food gel, the leaf green and the super red. My mom's favorite color is green, and I know you're wondering, like, then why do you have red? Well, the red is going to neutralize the green, and it's going to be like a less of a fake green and more of like a naturally toned down green. So let's see. I'm going to do 3 drops of green so far, and then 1 drop of super red. So this green is a little too muted for me, so I'm just gonna add maybe 2 or 3 more drops of the leaf green. All right, so this is the color that I was going for. It's more of like an earthy green. It actually matches her dish rag that she bought for our kitchen. So now that we have our green, we're gonna plop it into another bowl along with white buttercream. And we're just gonna keep doing that, and it's gonna create a marble effect on the cake. I'll show you how to do it. All right, so an empty bowl, plop some white, some green, more white, more green. I know that looks weird now, but we're just gonna give it like 3 stirs just to kind of incorporate it a little together, and then we're gonna apply it to our cake. So 3 stirs. 1, 2, 3. All right. Literally 3 stirs. Now that the buttercream is hardened, apply the buttercream to the cake. So just take a little at a time and apply it. I'm personally focusing more of having the marbling on the front of the cake and on the sides. The back and the bottom I'm not going to focus on too much of. And I also want to have more green on the bottom marbling, and then the top is going to be more of like a white marble. That's what I'm planning, but we'll see if that's what comes out. Because with marbling, you never know. All right, and because I want more of like the white marbling on the top part of the cake, I'm gonna just add more of the white buttercream to this bowl. All right, so I ran out of storage on my phone, but for this step, I just scraped away and smoothed out some of the buttercream just to make it smooth. Don't scrape away because you're gonna take away the marbling, or you're gonna kind of blend the marbling together, and you don't wanna do that. Just make sure you smooth it out and fill in any of the gaps with buttercream, and then we're gonna place this in the freezer for 10 minutes. So while the cake is in the freezer, I'm just gonna cut out M.O.M. Using fondant and these tappet cutters, and I'm just gonna place them onto the cake. And now it's time to scrape away that buttercream to reveal the beautiful marble. The exciting thing is you never know how it's gonna turn out. Pop this back into the freezer for another 5 minutes just so the buttercream hardens. We don't need it super hard. And then we're gonna flip this cake onto this flat part over here. Guys, I'm so excited because I actually never did a cake like this before. I mean, if you've seen my sunflower like proposal shoot video that I did like a couple months ago, it was like a tiny version of this. So we will see. Right. So, cake board. And I was gonna leave it on this big board, but I think it would take away from like the overall look of the cake. So hopefully this is the right decision. I'm gonna put some buttercream right in the middle. That way it'll act as a glue. Okay, that might be too much, but I mean, better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so we're gonna pick this cake up. And plop it down. Is that centered? Boop. Pretty good. All right, push that. Yeah, man. Okay, so next step is to get your cake scraper and just smooth out everything one last time. Okay, now we're gonna place our M.O.M. right somewhere on the cake, and we're also gonna place these 2 little bunny tails to kind of give it some pop. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day and God bless. Thank you guys for watching.